Today's episode of the Bill Simmons podcast is brought to you by FrameBridge. FrameBridge.com makes it ridiculously easy to custom frame your favorite items, art, posters, memorabilia, even uploaded photos from your phone or laptop. Mail them and their experts will frame it and send it back in days. Pricing starts at $39, a fraction of those expensive frame stores. All shipping is free. Enter offer code BS at checkout for 15% off your first FrameBridge order. And this podcast is also brought to you by our friends at Simply Safe. Thousands of people who want home security systems get ripped off every day. They write huge checks and sign long-term contracts with no way out. Well, Simply Safe has no contracts. You'll get 24/7 protection for just $14.99 per month. Visit simplysafebill.com and get an exclusive offer for 10% off. simplysafebill.com. The Cuz. We're back. We're back, in person, buddy. After that hotel room phone disaster last week.
That was worse than Watergate.
It really was.
Yeah.
Hey, well, we got through it, and now we can talk football again. You had another good week on SportsCenter.
I did. I was 2-1. 4 weeks in a row, I'm 2-1. But
that's good. That wins money.
I'll take that.
2-1 wins money every week.
It's the only thing keeping me going this season. I feel. Usually, I know. It's usually
you always get sad around week 6. The quality of football.
I feel it's like I'm talking you into it because it's around NBA season. You're about to jump ship, but you're going to have to talk me back into this season. Right. The quality of play is poor. I'm looking at the slate this week. There's like 3 games in which I'm interested in both quarterbacks. Right. Honestly, It's so bad. And now, botched calls by refs and everything else. I feel like the good divisions, the competitive divisions are already settled. I think that's the problem too. I think the NFC West, I have no doubt the Cards are going to run away with that. I really don't.
Really? I have a tiny shred of doubt.
But for the who's going to compete?
I'm not ready to cross off the Seahawks yet. Yeah. I think it's early, and they had some chemistry stuff going on. See, I would say the AFC West seems just done.
AFC West is done. That's usually competitive. And
AFC North is done.
AFC North is done, despite Pittsburgh's.
NFC North is done.
Yes, that's done.
NFC South isn't done. Carolina and Atlanta.
That's fun.
You're really writing off Seattle. You're going to be in the newspaper there.
That offensive line is dismal. I'm telling you, he's been sacked 22 times, I think, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it seems like they can run the ball, but they can't block for any pass.
Yeah,
which is kind of a problem in the NFL.
It's hard to tell if he's being nifty in the pocket or if they're just collapsing on him, but I think it's the latter.
I'm amazed by how many quarterbacks that I had already written off mentally were actually competent in the last 7 days. Matt Hasselbeck.
Right.
Is he like the 12th best quarterback in the league?
Yes, I think so. Honestly.
And he's my age.
Yeah.
He was really good in that game. He had a couple really nice plays. Josh McCown was awesome.
I'm not even talking fantasy-wise. I think McCown and Bortles are top 10 quarterbacks in the league.
Bortles?
Yes. Look at his numbers. It's insane.
All right, so what do we like then? So we like the Patriots in general.
Yeah.
We like Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. We like the Rams' defense.
Definitely.
We like Denver's defense.
Mm-hmm. Arizona. You have to like Arizona.
Arizona's just general. Like I like that they took care of business in Detroit.
Those games are
came
over.
off a loss. They just beat them up
before they start.
But what else do we like? Pittsburgh has some weapons.
Well,
like they have like 4 guys who can make a 60-yard touchdown.
I was going to pose it to you this way: which undefeated team? Which there are 6 of them now, right? Which is remarkable at this point in the season. Are you most excited to bet against in the playoffs?
Oh, I'm excited to bet against any AFC South team in the playoffs.
AFC South.
Yeah, because they're going to be the 4 seed.
Right.
They're going to be going against the number 1 wild card and probably getting 3 points at home, and I'm taking the road team. I can tell you right now.
So even more so than, Andy Dalton will get a bye, possibly. So you won't say, it's usually the Bengals that we're excited. It could be the Falcons.
I don't know if Andy Dalton gets a bye.
Who's the second?
How do we know Denver doesn't?
Denver's just going to keep rolling. Yeah, I guess that would be the 2. Denver and New England.
The thing with Denver is Manning and Breeze both look just horrendous. Mm-hmm. And with Denver, it hasn't mattered because their defense is so good.
Yep.
But my question for them is what happens when we get to November and December?
Always, yeah.
The weather gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
Manning has to make a couple throws.
Right.
But their defense is, they got 6 guys on every tackle. It's been impressive.
Their division is poorer than ever, I think. Like the Raiders, you want them to be good, but they'll always find a way to blow it at the end. And,
right.
The Chiefs, now with Jamal Charles out, You can't think they're going to win.
Yeah, remember
10 games.
We were talking last week about, well, the Chiefs, who knows? They play 3 of the 4 best teams. They'll take care of business. They lose. So that their season's over. I'm crossing them off.
Yeah, Chargers are. When would you ever bet the Chargers? Is there ever a scenario that you'd take them?
How about
so bad?
Phil Rivers had to use the silent count last night at home.
Yeah,
because of the Steelers fans were so loud.
Right.
That is, at that point, you should lose your team. Yeah. I'm sorry, San Diego. You might have to lose your team. There are too many Steeler fans there.
Steeler fans
got to protect your home base.
They do travel well, but that's insane.
That's embarrassing.
The quarterback is clapping furiously. He's like breaking his thumb trying to get the play off.
Well, so here are the tough Denver games left. Mm-hmm. Green Bay home Sunday night.
Yeah.
Is at Indy a tough game? I feel like it's not. I don't think Indy's good. Yeah, I just don't think they're good at football. New England at home on a Sunday night. They're at San Diego, at Pitt, and home for Cincinnati on Monday night. They only have 5 tough games left.
Yeah.
And here's Cincinnati's.
Cincy's tough. I know they've
at Buffalo's not easy, right?
Should be harder than it might be.
I mean, their road games are tough. At Buffalo, at Pittsburgh, at Zona, at San Francisco on a Sunday night, and at Denver on a Monday night.
That's not easy. Yeah.
And they're also at Cleveland, which, you know, at least Cleveland's going to make you work a little bit.
They probably won't get a bye. They probably won't.
And they have the Rams in Pittsburgh and then Baltimore in Week 17.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Denver's a safer bet. What'd you think of my team rooting against my team last week? You look good for like a quarter.
Yeah, just I don't know what to say. We're not, we have Devin Street split out wide, so I don't expect much to happen offensively. But you have to change the game plan. It feels like Brandon Whedon's goal is to set the completion percentage mark, and it's just not good. Like they're gaining 3 yards on second down on a pass, and you're not going to score points. And obviously, how many times have you seen it where a team kicks a field goal against you on 4th and 2, and you're like, oh, we got him now. Now we're going to come back and score a touchdown, and that was just stupid to do against the Patriots. But
so you got Matt Castle this week, maybe?
Well, it's a bye this week. But
next week, yeah.
It's looking like it could be Castle.
Who are the bye teams?
Decision. The bye teams are Oakland, Dallas, St. Louis, and Tampa Bay.
The Rams, I'm not giving up on the Rams. Here's the problem. Everyone was blaming Nick Foles, and he was atrocious and should be blamed. But their receivers are terrible.
Yeah.
It's the rare combination of a shaky quarterback with probably the worst receiving crew in the league.
Right.
And those guys are never open, and he feels like he has to make a play. And they were right there in that Packers game.
Believe me, that was my best bet. Packers -9.
You sweated that one out, man.
I should have lost it 100 different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, they missed field goals. They turned the ball over in the end zone.
Red zone.
In the end zone. Yeah. And Packers receivers weren't open.
No,
they weren't open for Rodgers. He was in trouble a lot of that game. That defense is solid for the Rams.
So, I don't think I'm wrong to say there's some mild red flags with the Packers because they only put together 1 touchdown drive in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had a 65-yard touchdown to James Jones. They got a pick 6.
Right.
And they scored 24 points.
Right.
The week before, they didn't look great either against San Francisco. I don't know if they're as explosive as it seems like they are.
I think they're the Super Bowl favorites right now.
That doesn't make sense to me. They're at Denver on Sunday night, and then they're at Carolina the night. They have home for the Rams.
No,
they played that.
Chargers.
Home for the Chargers, bye week, and then at Denver, at Carolina, back to back. And that's when we'll find out if their defense or if their offense is good or not.
Yeah. It's hard to tell sometimes if Rodgers is just going through the motions or if no one's open for him. But I think no one was open. I thought the Rams played solid, and they're going to win that division.
What was your TV watching on Sunday night? Because there was a lot of TV on
Sunday night. I'm trying to think.
There was a mediocre Sunday night football. Oh no, that was a good Sunday night football game.
Yeah.
That weird Giants game.
Could have won that. Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Right. And then what was the baseball game? Was it
baseball was going on?
Yeah.
And then we had Homeland and the Affair, Project Greenlight, my favorite show of 2015.
Right.
A 90-minute Walking Dead that was just completely incoherent, and I have no idea what happened.
It was insane.
Was I supposed to take drugs before I watched that Walking Dead,
or so.
What it was? Supposed to smoke pot?
There's 5,000 extras. So much makeup in there. I don't know how they did it.
We're changing colors. Can we just be a normal episode? Why? What is this?
There was a lot of TV. I watched like half of Homeland and then decide I might be out on Homeland. I might be done. I didn't watch the end of it, so don't tell me. I'm 40 minutes in.
For 3 straight seasons, I've been watching it as I do other things. It's just kind of on. I just look up. When I hear gunfire, I just look up.
There's no way you could watch that and do other things and understand what's going on with all the factions are involved. But
yeah. The Affair is really good.
You like that?
I like The Affair. It's a good one. A lot of repercussions with those affairs.
Yeah, no, you watch it with the old lady?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Oh, she likes it.
Wow.
Yeah, she likes it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then Last Man on Earth.
Last Man on Earth. I watch with the kids. They like that, at least, for the most part.
It's America's favorite kid show that nobody thinks is a kid show, but all kids love Last Man on Earth.
It's simple enough.
Every episode, they should put in a scene when he just breaks stuff in an abandoned mansion.
Exactly.
My kids think that's like the funniest thing ever.
It's in the White House.
Oh, he's knocking over vases.
Of course they're in Malibu. Why wouldn't they be in Malibu?
I said that from day one. I feel so vindicated. Why are you in Arizona? Go to Malibu. Go to Orange County.
Right.
All right.
It's looking good.
Well, before we talk about football, I want to talk about the Mets and your feelings about Chase Utley.
This is. I know you didn't want to do this yesterday. By the way, I know it's Columbus Day, but Columbus was a degenerate Italian gambler like I am, I'm sure. So he would have appreciated a podcast yesterday. And I'm sure the fans would too, as I was bemoaning the Cowboys' loss and the awful Chase Utley call. But what did you think? I mean, I felt
I'm as neutral as you get, right? I have Mets fans, I have Dodger fans, buddies on both sides. Right. I don't really care. I didn't bet on it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was an insanely cheap play because...
Filthy.
Yeah, Trot Nixon used to do this with the Red Sox sometimes, and I never felt good about it. But he would at least try to touch the bag as he was just completely taking out somebody.
Yeah. How hard is it to just leave your left
get
arm
a
back?
Finger on the bag?
Yeah, right.
And that one, it's like he was by the bag and then just... the thing is, if it happened in hockey, it would have been a 15-game suspension.
Yeah.
It would, if that was a boarding in hockey, the guy would have been out. He would have been out for the whole month of October. But here's the thing. I do agree with this defense from my Dodger fan friends who have tried to figure out how to spin this. The guy did turn his back on Utley. What are you doing?
I know.
You never turn your back on the base runner, but especially Utley's on first base.
Yeah.
And in your head, you have to be thinking, if there's a double play ball, that guy's going to try to take me out. I know this. I thought it was a mistake.
Saying when you go to a restaurant, make sure your back's not to the door because a gunman can come in and shoot you.
I'm with you.
But sit the other way, too.
I'm with you. I just thought, if he doesn't do that, the play doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I thought that was one of the cheapest plays I've seen in baseball. He really just wanted to hurt the guy, it seemed like.
I was at the game, and I'm not exaggerating. It's a modern miracle I'm here and didn't get murdered. I was so loud and so stupid in defense of the Mets there, and the Dodger fans were not having it. You're not going to
really?
Yeah, you're not going to believe that. And I was in the first base side, so that wasn't going to be a double play. I know he pivoted, but I think he would have seen that he wasn't going to get it, and he wouldn't have thrown it. Whatever, regardless. And I don't even care that he's suspended. I don't even care. He's got to be out. He's got to be called out.
There's no rule that can save him on that play.
No, it's
you can't start your slide after the bag that you haven't touched and then be safe.
Your back foot lands for the first time past the base. It's insane. He didn't touch he still hasn't touched the base. There's an instant where Tejada lands on him with the ball, so he should be out right there. He's off the base. There's so many things. I don't know how you call that guy safe. It's outrageous to me.
Were you amazed that sweaty, erratic Matt Harvey didn't start just throwing at Dodgers last night?
Yeah. We're a classy team. What are you going to do? We get it done.
Why didn't we have the over in runs in that game yesterday? Was there any doubt one of those two pitchers was going to give up a slew of runs?
All 4 games went way over baseball games.
So I told my Dodger fan friends, I think from a karma standpoint, they're screwed in this series because that Utley play. I just think it's you can't recover from that. And also the stupidity of taking Kershaw out at 113 pitches on the biggest batter of the game in Game 1.
Oh, you think so?
Again, I'm a neutral party. I don't care who wins.
Yeah.
If I'm the Mets, I'd much rather have Baez come in there than have the best pitcher of the decade trying to throw 5 more pitches. I mean, it's ludicrous.
But if he goes 120, he probably doesn't pitch tonight.
Maybe he would have gone 114. I don't know.
I mean, DeGrom's not pitching tonight because he went 120. It's tough.
I've known you since 2002.
Yeah.
There's no way you like DeGrom's hair. There's just no way. It bothers you.
I love it.
If one of your sons grew DeGrom's hair, he would not live in your house. You would make him live with a grandparent or something.
He could maybe, yes, and we'd treat him. Look, he could be Caitlyn Jenner if he wants. If he's throwing 75 fastballs and 73 or 95 miles an hour or more, fine. Do what you want.
Does DeGrom think that looks good?
Everyone's got crazy long hair now. Kershaw, Greinke, everybody.
His is the longest, though.
I know. It's pretty long. We're going to win tonight.
Was he watching Mask with Cher and Eric Stoltz and thought he was just going to have the kid from Mask's hair?
I never thought
So what do you think? We're taping this on a Tuesday morning.
Well, I'm going to say we wrap it up tonight. I think we hit lefties. I think we had Kershaw. Our lefties hit lefties, which doesn't usually happen for us. We got this guy Matt's on the mound. Grew up 20 minutes from me. Ward Melville High School. You know who else went there? Kevin James and Mick Foley. Little trivia for you. Mick Foley's father was the athletic director. So we got a lot going for us tonight. I think we close it out.
The Mets fans were so up. Every Mets fan I know was so mad at Chase Utley. Yeah. I don't think I'd have to go back to like 30 years ago when Lambeer cheap shotted Bird, and all the Celtic fans like really wanted Lambeer to die. Mm-hmm. And then we telepathically willed Parrish to punch him in Game 5 of the '87 finals.
Right.
Or Eastern finals. That was the kind of level of hatred for Chase Utley.
But the Celtics hated him too, not just the fans. Like I get that. I get the idea that the Mets aren't too upset about it, and just the fans are besides themselves.
You do need like that. I'm trying to think like that Milton Bradley type guy in the team who's just like, I'm going to get you.
Right.
It's going to be either during this series or later over the winter. We're going to find you, Chase Utley.
Well,
you don't have that guy.
You know, how about how about Terry Collins just get thrown out of that game? Like, be upset. Like, if there's not a 20-minute break for them to bring a stretcher on the field, they probably don't even review that play anyway.
Were you okay with him walking out in the cane, Tejada?
Yeah.
I would have gone full wheelchair. Why not own
really?
it? Oh, yeah.
Like Pierce?
Yeah, no, not like Pierce. Like really, like this guy's so hurt he can't even walk on a crutch. He's been maimed.
Interesting.
Come on, Mets fans.
Full body cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they should have done.
The Astros collapse yesterday was really interesting.
Yeah.
The eighth inning took an hour and a half.
They're not ready to go away, Royals. But one of these game fives, one of these road teams wins, I think.
I don't know I've watched a lot of these baseball games and I have no idea who the best team is. It just seems like it's turned into football now.
You didn't like the Astros. I tried to talk you into the Astros. I think you had too many fantasy guys on your team. I was worried about their
bullpen. And it seems like that was validated yesterday, right?
Yeah.
They blew a 6-2 lead.
That's really it, isn't it? It's outs 23 through 27.
7th, 8th, 9th innings. Yeah. You feel okay about 7th, 8th, 9th?
I have no problem putting a guy like Cologne in. Or Nice in the 6th or 7th inning. I think, first of all, you don't want to have first. How many 26-year-olds are we going to have out there that have ice water in their veins? Like eventually, someone's going to implode.
Someone get nervous.
Yeah. So get Cologne in there, get some solid innings, and that's fine.
Well, the good news is you pitched Familia with a 6-run lead in the ninth yesterday with 2 more playoff games coming.
What if he has to?
Come on, Terry Collins. Act like you've been there before, for God's sakes.
I don't like it.
Have Curtis Granderson pitch.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get to the week 6 lines.
Yep.
Quickly, anyone that's ever worked in a corporate environment knows how painful intranets can be. The content is stale, the interface is ugly, and you can't access it on your phone. Well, Igloo is an intranet you'll actually like. It's an easy-to-use collaboration tool that helps you do your best work and collaborate better with your team. Also, a great way to share information within a company. Listen to this, Sal. Whether it's about the new office move, the change in benefits plan, or even free snacks in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds like something you could use to torture your coworkers at Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah, I'm
going to do more research on this.
Good.
Igloo is not just for traditional intranet stuff like HR policies and expense forms. With Igloo, you can share files, check the latest version of a presentation, coordinate team calendars, provide quick comments and status updates from your phone, and manage projects with to-dos and tasks. Sign up now and get a free trial at igloosoftware.com/Simmons. igloosoftware.com/Simmons for your free trial. It reminded me of doing that read when we worked together at Jimmy Kimmel Live, and people would leave their computer.
Oh, yeah.
they'd make the mistake of going to the bathroom but not logging out.
Right.
And then you would go in their computer and send a nasty email to somebody else from their email. Do you still do that?
I still do it, but I will say it's people have used it to their advantage too. If they send off like a shitty email that they didn't mean to
they
send,
say you did it.
Like, hey, can you do me a solid and just say that it was you? I was like, all right, it's pretty specific and that doesn't include anything that I would know, but if we can get away with it. And then the person like, oh my God, I'm so glad. I thought you were mad. And it all ends up working out. So
it's almost like when people blame the dog for their own farts.
Right. Exactly.
So you're now the dog in a fart scenario.
I always use my powers for evil. Right. Yeah.
Amazing. What was the most trouble you've ever gotten in for that? Or what's the most trouble you've ever caused?
I think I sent the president of the network from our executive producer, Jill's email. Summer ratings are never great for late night television.
Yeah.
And I think I just wrote ratings, subject ratings. It's summer. Get over it. But she kind of nipped in the bud before it got there. But it was still a little weird that he saw that. Yeah.
All right. Week 6, we have Thursday night game.
Thursday night. No, you did not send me your lines this week, which means who knows?
I have them right here.
Well, what does that mean? When did you do that? 2 minutes before I got here?
I'm sorry.
More cheating than ever from you. All right.
I swear I didn't look. I'm sorry I didn't send them. I just forgot.
Go ahead. Thursday night, Atlanta at New Orleans.
I have the Falcons by 3.5.
See what I mean? Here we go. It's exactly 3.5. I said 4.
Of course it was going to be 3.5.
Why not 4? The Saints are terrible.
Is Drew Brees' career over?
I hope so. I picked him last week.
Who has more mustard on the ball? Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, or the third strongest arm out of your 3 sons?
Yeah, I know.
Or Harrison, your 1.5-year-old son.
His arm is bad. His decision making is bad too. He gets caught way too much. I think he's getting protection and still getting slammed back there. I don't think the Saints are long for this season. We might count them out. I think we could add them to maybe out of the playoff teams.
I'd like to cross them off as well. And I'll tell you another thing. Devontae Freeman, yet again, another 4th-round running back who's like one of the 5 best running backs in the league.
It's terrible.
Him and the guy on the Seahawks, who I'd never heard of in my life before a week ago, are 2 of the best 5 running backs in the league now.
Think about the top 10 running backs, you would only want 2 of them. You'd only want Peterson or Bell. All the others are garbage. Like Charles is bad now. I have him on 3 fantasy teams.
$60.
Yeah, that was bad. Who else are we talking about? Marshawn Lynch is bad. Even
Peterson's been up and down. He's been
I'd take Peterson and Bell, but
can we talk about just very quickly how I drafted
McCoy
in our auction
and Murray? Yeah,
our auction Deion Lewis for $1.
That was nice.
And I stumped the room, and then I bragged about it.
That was
before
nice.
even knowing what was going to happen. It was good. It was one of my best moments in a while.
I thought you said, I hope this doesn't work out because we're in a lot of trouble if it does. Didn't you say something like that?
No.
Didn't you say if this...
I definitely didn't say that.
I think you said, if this guy's in my starting lineup, my team has... You didn't say that?
I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that at all. All I know is I drafted him for $1, and everyone had a chance to go too, and nobody did.
That's not fair. Any pick made after 2:30 in the morning should be reevaluated.
All right, we're going to the Sunday games.
Denver at Cleveland. All of a sudden,
I had trouble with this one. So the Broncos line was 4.5 in Oakland, and I feel like Oakland and Cleveland are right around the same, but yet the Broncos covered, so I went Broncos by 5.5. I went Vegas zone.
You're gonna get it. I said 6, and it's 5. So you're up 2-0 on me.
It feels like Josh McCown, who had his little victory lap this week. He got a big section in Peter King in the MMQB column. Almost became a school teacher.
Yeah.
And now the victory lap is going to end this week against Denver. Yeah, this is like the 4 interception week.
I got to say, 51 passes without an interception for a Browns quarterback is unheard of.
Is he the best Browns 2.0 quarterback ever, or is it still Derek Anderson?
I think
that one year we worked at Jimmy's show together, Derek Anderson started a playoff game for the Browns.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
So Josh McCown has to top that.
He's been playing remarkably.
He's better than the other 28 guys they've used.
500 yards of offense on the road, that's pretty good. But this Denver defense, like you talked about,
Very good defense.
Even if DeMarcus Ware is out, they have this guy Shaquille Barrett who had a sack. They just seem to move. It's moving parts, and it all works.
The nose tackle is good too. Chicago has a couple good guys on defense. Mm-hmm. That Pernell McPhee, I think.
Yeah.
He was a relatively. I don't think they broke the bank on him, but would you rather have him or Sue for $114 million?
Anyone but Sue. I mean, that's terrible.
Cancer.
I bought our friend Tony he's a big Dolphins fan, a Dominican Sue sweatshirt, thinking like, wow, this will be a cool. It's now one of his 1,000 ironic.
It's already ironic.
Yeah, it's got to be ironic.
Oh,
right?
wow.
He's a mess. Chicago at Detroit.
Ooh, I didn't like this one. I had the Lions by 3.5, but I don't feel good about it.
Well, that's good enough. It's Lions by 3. I said the Bears by 2. What does anyone have to see from this Lions team? They're terrible. Just terrible.
It's hard to believe that Jim Caldwell isn't working out.
Yeah.
Are we sure they're good? This week's edition, Matthew Stafford. Are we sure he's good? Seems like he's not good.
They lost both their home games by double digits.
It's year 7 for him.
Yeah.
It's his 7th year. You are where you are. Next year's year 8.
Yeah, I don't know. This Dan Orlovsky, we're supposed to be excited about it. Like another scrub we're have to force to care about. I like Chicago. I think this game. That's too high.
I do too. I'm not positive the Bears are bad. Hold on. Let's look at the Bears really quick. Lost to the Packers by 8. Mm-hmm. Got crushed by the Cardinals.
Everybody does.
Got shut out by the Seahawks in Seattle.
Seattle had to have that.
Beat the Raiders. Beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Not
Road
terrible,
wins, right?
but those week 2, week 3, they didn't have Cutler.
Right. I think they could be okay.
Yeah, they might be 7-9.
Houston at Jacksonville.
I had the Jags by 2.5, and I wanted to go 3. I think the Texans are one of the 4 worst teams in the league.
Well, this is going to stun you. This is kind of what I thought about the last game. I said Jags by 2, and I'm going to get it slightly, but we're both way off. It's Houston by 1.5.
That's stupid. Houston's a terrible football team. They stink.
Is it possible that they could just move whatever AFC South game is on to Wednesday night? Just make that the Wednesday night game so we don't have to even deal with it on Sunday?
Do we have Wednesday night games?
No, we don't. It'll start.
I think every Sunday there should be a 6:30 in the morning West Coast game, and they should just make it the AFC South when there's not a London game.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's good too. Cincinnati at Buffalo.
Ooh,
I had higher hopes for this.
I hit this one exact.
Go ahead.
Bengals by 3.
Yeah, you did. You really did. I said 3.5. I thought Vegas would favor them a little more. Don't know what to make of this Buffalo team.
I know what to make of them.
You don't like them?
No. I thought Tennessee should have beaten them. I had that on one of the 4 TVs.
Yeah.
I actually got to watch football this weekend because my daughter's soccer game was until 3:20.
Nice.
The Bills were very lucky in that game. Tyrod Taylor made a couple scrambles. Mm-hmm. But if Watkins doesn't play, they just can't throw the ball. Yeah, they're not going to score more than 17 points.
I was just going to say, you're all right, it looks good. Bills at home getting points, and then you're like, all right, it's going to be Tyrod Taylor to Chris Hogan, and who's running the ball nowadays?
That was an important win for the Bengals because I think if they lose that game, they're back to square one with everyone's feelings and sentiments on Andy Dalton and Marvin Lewis. And now it's like, all right, we're 5-0. We came back. We beat they were in the Super Bowl last year, and we came back from 17, and you can build on that.
We have this game on right now, the replay. Oh, no, now it's Chiefs Bears. But we had I still don't know how they came back from 17. I know they were home.
I got to say, I turned it off. It was 24/7. Right? I was done. Yeah. I put because there were some good games on. I just turned it, and then all of a sudden it was 24-21. But it was really because Seattle, it seemed like I watched it on shortcuts. It seems like their D-line just died. I don't think they have the depth anymore. No, I don't know enough about. I haven't researched who left, who changed, but it just seems like that whole team got gassed.
Yeah, you got 7 guys making up 85% of the payroll.
Yeah,
it's tough. Washington at New York Jets.
I like the Bengals in that game. I don't mind either of these teams. These might be the 8th and 9th best teams in the league. The Jets and the Washington professional football team. I have the Jets by 4.
I hit this one exactly at 6.
Oh,
a lot of respect.
That's too high.
Vegas. A lot of respect.
That's too high.
Well, Washington got 7.5 from Atlanta.
Yeah, but Ryan Fitz, their defense is pretty good. Washington. Ryan Fitzpatrick hasn't reared his ugly head.
Good too. Sheldon Richardson's back.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look right, them giving so many points.
That seems like a lot.
Kansas City at Minnesota.
I put this in the Vegas zone. I have Vikings by 5. I don't feel good about it.
You went too high. I said 4, and it's 3.5. It actually was 4 and went lower. I don't know who's betting the Chiefs with all their problems, but
That's way too much respect for the Chiefs, and I think they have a giant salad fork sticking out of them.
yeah.
So Niall Davis?
Well, listen.
Does he go for like $70 in our fantasy auction this week, or does somebody have him?
He doesn't go for anything because I have him.
Oh.
Because I have Jamal Charles, but
Wow.
it might not even be Niall Davis now. They have this guy, Charkandrick West. And
Charkandrick West?
Charkandrick
We
West
almost
is-
named our son Charkandrick.
You did?
Yeah.
That's right.
Charkandrick Simmons. My wife couldn't spell it.
Have
so.
another one. Just have another one. You should do it. I'm going to bid on this guy, so don't be a dick. Just let me have him. I had Jamal Charles, and
I've been
Niall
hoarding
Davis.
all my auction money just for a moment like this.
You have the most
For
points in the
Charkandrick.
league, I think.
I have a good team.
You're 2 and 3 with the most points.
I have a
in the
really
league.
good team. I actually go sometimes to our website and just look at my team and marvel
You
at
do?
how good it is.
Wow, what a weird dude you are.
It's really good. Aaron Rodgers, Deion Lewis, Forsett or Melvin Gordon, Odell Beckham Jr.,
yeah,
Larry Fitzgerald,
that's somehow good.
Julian Edelman,
Right.
Eifert on the Bengals,
Oh, yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
the Arizona kicker, and the Rams defense.
You get a
That
lot
is a
of points.
juggernaut. I'm looking good. And I got bench guys too.
Well, you're 2 and 3. Let me ask you this: in my other league, the Brady news wasn't announced when we drafted if he was going to be playing.
I told you he was
I
going
have
to play.
Brady. I know. I don't want the rest of the league to know that. Brady. I have Brady and Rodgers, and I have
Yeah.
Jamal Charles. So now I have to fill this running back slot. Who do you trade, Brady or Rodgers?
Rodgers.
You trade Rodgers.
I did.
Fantasy.
I think Brady's going to have like 49 touchdowns and 1 pick.
Yeah, maybe even this Sunday.
Brady's locked in, man. These new rules are they're not new anymore. They're a couple years old. I wrote this last year. Everyone thought I was crazy. I really think he could play till he's 45.
Which new?
He
rules
doesn't
you
get
talking about?
hit.
Yeah.
You don't get hit. You're not allowed to hit anyone in the knees. The wide receivers can just get open. All he does is go to the line. He sees what the D is going to do, and he's like, all right, they're doing this. I'm going to throw here.
Well,
It's like, hey, he can do that for 7 more years. Manning could do it for 7 more years if his arm was even remotely competent.
I'm not even taking anything away because you beat us 30-6 and everything the Patriots does work. But the pick plays are just it's necessary. If you're an offensive coordinator and don't have a pick play in your arsenal, you're way behind the game. You're just not watching football. Like that's I don't even know why they rank these cornerbacks in the combines on 40 times and leaping ability. It's like if you're going to get picked, you're not going to do well in the NFL. And Brady has it all figured out. Rodgers has it figured out. Palmer and obviously Peyton Manning. Like it's a 3rd and 3. Forget about busting out a run there. You got it. It's a first down every time.
Well,
Pick plays.
when you play intramural football in college, 90% of the plays are pick plays.
They are, right?
So it would make sense that in the NFL, like nobody's ever really totally been able to figure out how to stop the pick play.
No. And
So,
no one knows which ones are legal. And
You got
which
to
ones
switch.
Are illegal.
I forgot. Oh, I thought you were switching, and then it's a touchdown.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who's the fastest corner or the biggest or whatever. Where are we? Arizona at Pittsburgh.
So do we think we get Roethlisberger this week?
I saw that because they're playing Arizona and Arians, his old offensive coordinator, Roethlisberger is really going to try to play because of that. And
Yeah.
to me, that's like, you have to find out who's at the party before you decide
Right.
to go. Like, all right, yeah, I will.
I made this pick assuming Vic was playing Cardinals by 1.5.
All right. I said, no, it's more than that. I said +4 and it's 5.5.
What is? The Cardinals are giving 5.5
Cardinals
points?
are giving 5.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't agree with that. That seems too
They're
high.
damn good. They don't care where they are. They win on the road. Doesn't really matter.
It just seems high.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's got playmakers. What'd you think of the Le'Veon Bell play call
So
yesterday?
there's no time left.
There's no time
if
left.
he gets stopped, right? Like they don't put a second back on the clock and
No.
say that Tomlin
No.
can use his timeout.
No.
Wow.
I thought it was moronic, and they were very lucky to
Yeah,
win.
I did too.
It's hard to criticize a play that worked, but
Right. And it wasn't a straight handoff. It was just
It just
he
was
danced around and found the plane.
Yeah, because basically you're saying this guy's the best running back in the league. He's going to get in the end zone, give him the ball.
Yeah.
So it worked under that respect.
Yeah, when it
but
works, it's always good. Yeah.
just roll Vic out, and either he throws it away or he scrambles, or that's the only play you can do there. Mm-hmm. If
think
that
they were
play doesn't
probably
work,
thinking-
that's the worst call of the year.
Tomlin's thinking we're playing the Chargers and they're terrible, and this will work one way or another.
Are you scared of going overtime with the Chargers? Like, I can see doing that if you're playing.
Yeah.
If you're in Green Bay, I get it. You're like, we got to win this game right now. Here's
Right.
our best play, but not against the Chargers when you have 2/3 of the fans there.
If the Mets weren't winning by 40 runs, I would have been furious because I lost fantasy to our friend Brad when Heath Miller was held out of the end zone. If he's at the 2-inch line. If he scores, I win.
I have something to tell you.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm gonna take a dramatic pause.
go ahead.
Actually, let's read it. Let's read it. I have a confession to make, but first we're gonna talk about our friends at SeatGeek. This is my favorite app for sporting tickets, or really any event tickets. When you shop on SeatGeek.com, you can check out virtually every ticket option available for games and events. Sal, put this on your phone.
All right.
Put SeatGeek on. It's good.
SeatGeek.
Find a ticket you want to buy. Make 2 taps, and you're done. Show your phone at the venue and you're in. It's so easy. My listeners can save $20. Download the free SeatGeek app today. Enter promo code BS. SeatGeek will send you $20 after your first purchase. Every ticket purchased on SeatGeek is backed by a 100% guarantee. Download the free SeatGeek app. Enter promo code BS. All right, here's my confession.
What is it? You saw all the lines.
Huh?
You saw all the lines before I got here.
I didn't see the Chase Utley play when it happened live because I watched the entire U.S.-Mexico soccer game.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I didn't even know it happened.
Really?
I taped the Mets-Dodgers to watch the last 3 innings. Mm-hmm. I had no idea the Utley thing had happened. I hadn't checked Twitter because I didn't want to spoil it.
I thought you weighed in a little late on it.
Yeah, I was a little late.
Yeah.
It's because I was watching soccer. I knew that would hurt your feelings.
That is so bad.
I know. It was a great game, too.
What, they scored or something? And then
There was a goal, and a goal. There were 3 goals.
That's terrible.
It was amazing. The fact that there was no riot/fights at either Dodger Stadium or the Rose Bowl that night, considering the events
Yeah,
of
I
what
was
happened in
thinking
those
that.
games, is like a miracle.
And Obama was in town. It was hard to
was
get
he?
around. Yeah, it was hard to
Jesus.
get around that night.
All right. Well, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all right.
I wish I had told you sooner.
Miami at Tennessee.
Titans by 2.5. I'm way off.
No, you're right on.
Oh, okay.
I said 3. I don't know why anyone can't give less than a field goal to Dolphins at home. You're right on.
I actually think the Titans are mildly talented, and Wisenhunt is an atrocity.
Really?
He's just a bad coach.
Yeah.
Like they should have beaten Buffalo. I don't like how they use Mariota.
Right. I don't even know
I think
what to
Mariota
think
is good. I don't think they use him correctly. They do dumb things with him.
He is, but where are we with the Bills' defense? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it, they give up 40 to the Patriots, but then they're tough to score on if you're the Dolphins.
Good,
or
not
the
great.
Titans. Yeah. Yeah.
I like the Titans in that
Well,
game.
this is Miami with a new coach off a bye, and
New coach talking a lot of smack about bringing the intensity back in practices.
Dan Campbell, that's what he said. What did he say? Heads are going to roll or something?
Oh, speaking of cliches.
Yeah.
So I was and I never watched the pregame shows, but I was setting up the TVs,
Right.
And they were interviewing Brandon Whedon, and he said your thing.
Which one?
He
X's
said
and O's?
it's not about the X's and O's. So what is it?
It's not about the X's and O's. It's the Jims and Joes.
He said it.
He did?
Yeah, Brandon Whedon said it on the Fox pregame show. It happened. I was so excited. I was like, I didn't know what to do with myself.
That's
I tried
great.
to tape it and turn the channel.
He's
I was going to
really
save
good.
it for you.
He's really good.
He might just be a cliche karaoke machine.
Hopefully he's just rattling them off on the sidelines next week, and we don't have to see them throw a 3-yard underneath pass every time back.
Oh, and I also heard an announcer on TV go, "You cannot break someone's leg." one of those MLB Network guys on the Utley slide. So he weighed in there. That was good.
That was my argument with every Dodger fan in my section. It was like, do you think he tried to break his leg? I was like, I don't give a crap what he tried to do.
Right.
You can't go in there like a wrecking ball and take a guy out like that. It's outrageous.
Yeah. Just touch the bag. Just try to touch it.
Why are the catchers? Yeah,
You're
I know.
sliding into a bag. Touch the bag.
Yeah,
you can't miss the bag.
It doesn't matter if you don't touch it. It's if you were able to touch it, you're okay. Nonsensical. Why am I always on the side of the, hey, good call, bad rule? My teams are always on that.
You've never had luck with that ever.
It's just a bad rule. They might change it. They might not in the offseason, but whatever. It was a good call.
Well, I could just tell you, Chuck Nixon tried to take out Jeter like that 27 times from 1999 and 2003. And had he done so, I would have felt bad for a second and then fully supported him.
Don't you feel we've watched thousands of baseball games, probably more than football even. We've seen that double play granted on that a bunch of times.
Every time.
So, right? Like, everyone's like, no, that's the rule. That's what gets me crazy. Like, everyone's an expert on how, nope, that's how it is. Don't you watch? Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, how many Mets fans were at game 2 of that Dodgers thing? It felt like 40%.
I think it was about 30-70.
30-70? Man, the secondary market.
Yeah.
And what do you think of Dodger fans at the Mets game yesterday? Like 20%?
I don't know. They were drowned. Why, you thought that many? I don't know.
It seemed like they showed that there were a lot of blue hats.
Maybe. That was a good showing.
It's a great series from a fan base standpoint.
It really is.
And then Mets Cubs would just be an unbelievable tortured fan base matchup.
Definitely.
So good.
Yeah.
And you guys have actually won. They haven't won in 108 years, but somehow you're the tortured fan base. You won the luckiest World Series in the history of baseball.
And the Cubs have how dare? What are you talking about? We won them. Which was the luckiest?
Game 6, 86.
Oh, come on.
It was over. We had 2 outs. So nobody on in the 9th.
You're crazy. You're out of your mind. I remember Schilling.
A drunken manager brought in Bob Stanley.
Yeah. Schilling bleeding through his sock. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, stop it.
All right. Carolina at Seattle.
Are we in the late games yet?
I'm sorry. This is the late game. You have to read something?
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the first late game.
I'm excited for this game because
it's the only good game.
I think Carolina might not be good, but they've shoved it in my face every week. I have the Seahawks by 6.5, probably too low.
Oh man,
too low?
No, you got it. I said 6. I thought that was a good guess, and it is 6.5.
God, what was the Broncos line?
6-4. You're leading. The Broncos were 5. Oh, you're thinking the teaser here?
Yeah, I'm afraid of Josh McCown. What's happening? He threw for 590 yards last week.
They're very excited about this guy in Cleveland.
I'm teasing the Seahawks with somebody. I don't think Carolina can score on them.
Well, Kuechly comes back this week, I think. He's cleared from his concussion.
Yeah, but he thinks his name is Frank.
Isn't it Frank?
What?
It's not Frank?
Frank Kinkley.
Kuechly.
He's cleared from his concussion. You're cleared for your brains being scrambled. You're fine now.
Hustle and bustle is going to be running around a lot. Maybe, though. How many?
I just want to say I had a really bad concussion between my junior and senior in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't feel right for like 3 months.
I know.
I don't know how they clear anybody. Like light would bother me, and there's just no way you feel right after that.
You
I'm
just
not
claimed
right.
the Mets won a lucky World Series. You're still not right.
How is it not a lucky World Series?
Why is that? Why?
You won on a wild pitch and an error.
Errors are
Your
part of the
season
game.
was over.
Don't put Buckner out there just to be happy.
You're right. We blew the series. It was the biggest choke ever.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's agree on that.
I'll call you that.
Yeah.
Baltimore at San Francisco.
The Niners by 1.5. I'm wrong. I just don't believe in Baltimore.
All right. I had the Niners by 3, and somehow the Ravens are favored by 2.5 points.
Yeah, but we've seen this. We see this every year, and this year it's the Ravens, the team that people just keep waiting for them to turn it around, and they're not good. The Ravens are not good.
It's
agree. It's not happening. They have no pass rush. They can't stop anybody on any third down. They have no deep threat at all. They're not a good team. Yeah. They have the second worst receivers in the league.
So why are they
Steve Smith? Give me a break. That's terrible.
If you give the home team a 3-point advantage for being home, now they're saying the Ravens are a 5.5 point better than the 49ers? That can't be. Like a neutral field?
I still think Kaepernick.
He did well Sunday. He did.
I still think he's done.
Yeah.
The Giants have no pass rush at all.
Right.
And it's because their best pass rusher blew off his hand in a fireworks accident. So they have no pass rush. So it's not totally their fault. But Kaepernick was fine with no pressure whatsoever. He's not going to get pressure in this game either because Baltimore has no pass rush.
Yeah.
Leading to the whole Colin Kaepernick. He's turned it around.
Yeah.
And then they have Seattle at home on Thursday night. 9 days from now.
Do.
The 49ers do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the game where he throws 17 interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of think he's
So just mark that down on your calendar now.
All right.
When he gets negative fantasy points 9 days from now.
2 1-4s. How about Super Bowl? How many years ago? 3. They're both 1-4 now.
Yeah.
San Diego at Green Bay.
San Diego stinks. I have Green Bay by 11. I'm probably too low.
No, you're a little high, but you're going to get it. I had Green Bay. I forgot to adjust this after last night's game. I had Green Bay by 7. It's 10. So you're going to get this.
Green Bay by 7.
I don't know. I thought San Diego would. I thought they weren't as awful as they were, but yeah. Well, Green Bay was what they give. They gave the Rams 9, and I thought the Chargers were a little better. They're not better.
This is a game where Rodgers could put up like the 6 touchdown, no picks, 29 for 32 for 309 yards kind of game.
I agree. They're so banged up, the Chargers.
Yeah.
Somehow a Charger got hurt listening to me talking about their injuries just now. Choked himself with his iPod cord or something.
Well, when they're here next year in LA, we can nurse them back to health.
That's right. That's right. The Sunday night game. How long have you been waiting for this?
Oh my God.
Your New England Patriots at the Indianapolis Colts. From what we know, well, actually, let's ask him right now. We take you now to the comments of one Andrew the Giant Luck. Andrew, you take on the Patriots at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie, New York. Everyone wants to know, Classy Freddie Blassie, Captain Lou Albano would like to know, are you in fact playing?
I mean, right now, I don't know if I'm playing or not, but I'll tell you this, that Matt Hasselbeck's done a great job for us, and either way, the team's going to be in great hands.
I was working on it. Thank you.
I love it.
Thank
That's
you.
the first time I've seen it live.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Hasselbeck, put it this way, he's in for a treat on Sunday night, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's Hasselbeck?
I think Luck will play, actually.
Says Luck has been practicing. We don't know how much, but he has definitely been practicing extensively.
I would be very surprised if the Patriots lost this game without sounding overconfident.
What do you think? This we talked about last week. This game has the most FU points built into the line in years. I don't remember the last time.
Oh, yeah. I said Pats by 8, and I'm probably too low.
You are a little low. I went high. I said 11.5. I thought they would really.
Wow.
I don't know.
Total FU.
Well, this team. 9 is the number.
Oh, so I win
Patriots
that one.
by 9. Yeah, you're going to win the whole week, I think.
Yeah, I think the Patriots would be properly motivated for this game.
Well, let me ask you this, and that's been the narrative all along. The Patriots are going to kill them, wait till they go to the Colts. They have something to prove. But it was the Colts who lost by 50 points to the Patriots. Don't they have something to prove? Don't they have any pride at all? Like they're going to want to keep this close?
Well, I mean, they're going to have to come up with some sort of plan for when they're down 28 at halftime.
Yeah.
They're going to have to come up with some sort of conspiracy to leak to Bob Kravitz.
You love it.
Oh, I love it. You know what I really love is the fact that the Patriots kill the Colts every time they play.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Their defense is terrible. It's like cherry picking for Brady.
yeah.
I'm very confident.
I'd be confident too, but let's remember, you went against 3 of your 4 quarterbacks were Ty Taylor, Bortles, and Brandon Weeden.
Yeah, it could be a shootout. I'm just confident in the Patriots scoring points. I think that Colts defense has been an abomination. Really, remember that Chiefs game?
The Chiefs, Colts?
Remember when before all the
playoff
Chiefs
game?
started getting hurt in the playoff game? Like they were on pace to give up like 50 in that game.
Yeah.
This team has over and over again just gotten destroyed by decent and good offenses.
I know.
So
It's bad. You're very confident.
no, my fear is that they're going to try to take out Gronk low on a play and hurt one of my Patriots, and then I'll really have to get.
Were you
mad.
a little nervous that we had 5 sacks against you, the Cowboys?
You know, it was interesting. I talked to my dad about this actually. They were really taken by surprise with that 3-2-6.
Yeah.
And Belichick even said after, he was like, we didn't know what to do. Like, and then they figured it out. But yeah, Hardy was insane.
He's a monster.
He's literally a monster. And they couldn't keep him off. They double team him.
Right.
Nate Solder had to come out.
Yeah. But
you were afraid of Deion Lewis.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have to make fun of my team. We obviously
I'm not making fun of your
we have
team.
a disability right now. It's like, do you see a homeless guy in a wheelchair on the street and spit on him? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. When does Romo come back?
Have some compassion. Probably around Thanksgiving. But the thing with the Cowboys offense was like, it's like when you know a guy's not throwing downfield, it's so much easier to defend, obviously, right? The safety could cheat up. It's like being at the company picnic and the boss's son, you're playing softball and the boss's son gets up. And it's like, all right, everybody move in.
Right.
We know exactly what we need to do. That's Brandon Whedon. He's the boss's son. And you called me, by the way. I don't know if you remember. You called me?
After the Pats game?
Yeah, right.
Was I driving home from my daughter's soccer game?
I hope not, because you did not. You sound a little worse for the wear. Actually, I have.
It was a rough loss.
I have the message.
We played
here.
the best team in the league, and we
did?
almost beat them.
Really?
The Galaxy team.
And where was this? This is in.
It was in like Long Beach,
San Francisco.
No, in Zoe's team.
Yeah, I know. You're always driving far.
Yeah, but we went toe to toe with them. There were some signs.
Really?
Feeling good about the
All right,
team.
can
now.
I read the fake goddamn voice
please.
message
Sorry.
already?
Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
Oh, sorry. Okay, here. This is you after the game. Cousin Sal, sports guy here. I just got done watching Tom Terrific Thunder Thighs Brady finish off your Cowboys 30-6, and I also just downed my 8th Pink Passion margarita. I was gonna call and gloat about the win, but I realize we're pals, and I know you must be feeling down in the dumps. So I really just have one question for you, and here it is. How many Cowboys fans does it take to change a light bulb? None. They're all happy living in the Patriots shadow. You get it? They don't have to change light bulbs. All right, one more question. What do the Dallas Cowboys and Possums have in common? Both play dead at home and get killed on the road. I love that one. Here's one more. What does a Cowboys fan do when his team has won the Super Bowl? He turns off Madden 2K16. That one kills me. All right, 30-6. Brandon Whedon sucks. Pick plays. Sports guy. Over and out. Luke Mbabute.
Wow, that's the first joke we're actually going to cut out of the podcast.
We are?
Oh, yeah, we're cutting that one.
Who are we?
You crossed the line.
You crossed the line. It's your call. What are you talking about?
You're unbelievable.
I thought we weren't cutting jokes. All right. One more. Monday. Giants at Philly.
I had the Eagles by 2.5, and I have no idea. It seems like the Eagles are still awful.
Yeah. You killed me this week. Let me just add them up. It's 10-4 because you win that one. It's Eagles by 3.5. I said 2. I thought the Giants were that much better.
I like the
Eagles.
Giants. I think the Giants are solid.
Yeah. I just think it might be the same thing. You point out the Giants don't have a good pass rush.
They don't.
And Saints didn't last week. And
That's good for Sam Bradford.
yeah. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. That's it then.
That's
We're
it.
pretty much done. We should mention I have a new show on HBO coming out in April. I'm
gonna
very
be good.
excited about that. Or May, somewhere in the spring, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah.
And also there's some news. My old Grantland coworkers, Sean Fantasy, Chris Ryan, Mallory Rubin, and Juliet Littman, they're leaving Grantland to develop a new project with me.
Good
So
group.
That was written about.
Good for
Very
you.
good group.
Good for them.
And there might have been a couple Grantland people that said nice things about them on a podcast, and it might have been edited out by people who work over there. So I
that
wanted
right?
to pass along those sentiments from some of the people at Grantland too.
Oh,
that
who
they're
was?
gonna
Tell
miss
me,
it.
who was it? Who was it?
Maybe one of the podcasts that happened.
Oh,
yesterday. Yeah.
all right. Now, which Grantland writers were you unable to get that you would have liked to get?
It's we'll see how this goes. But it was good. So your picks are Friday?
Yeah, let me just say Jimmy Kimmel, Taraji Henson from Empire, Matthew Fox, stand-up Byron Bowers tonight. Later in the week, Nathan Fillion, Justin Theroux, Scott Foley, and Duran Duran. Hit me up at the Cousin Sal on Twitter. And yes, late Thursday night or Friday morning, 3 more picks, 2-1 against the spread, 4 weeks in a row. My best bet is 4-1. So let's see.
That's great.
Let's see what could happen.
I'm doing well with best bets as well on Sundays.
You are, right?
I'm 10-4-2 or something.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter practices right next to your stage.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a video yesterday, and I thought it was Depeche Mode. So it was that they were doing this
Sounded
drill,
like
and
it.
it was Depeche Mode was playing. And I sent it to Jimmy, and Jimmy got mad because it wasn't Depeche Mode. It was whatever the band was yesterday. They were playing a Depeche Mode song.
He got mad that they were covering.
That I didn't know it wasn't Depeche Mode. That it was a
I
new
see.
band. But the implication was that it would have been crazy for Depeche Mode to be playing the show. But now you have Duran Duran,
Right.
which was also from that 80s, so I'm going to go back in them.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
He's like, that wasn't Depeche Mode. It's like, oh, sorry, I thought it was Depeche Mode. They're singing a Depeche Mode song, and we couldn't sing the stage.
Right.
Stage.
Did the girls respond to the practice? I mean,
it's been really interesting with some of the music because it puts a little hop in their step sometimes. I think like Demi Lovato was playing once, and they were just flying around. And then
also, you have our lunatic audience warm-up guy, Don Barris.
Can hear him.
Yeah.
Hey,
get ready for the race!
Here's Jimmy Kimmel. So that was good.
Don's
All right. Well, before we go, I'd like to thank Igloo, an internet you'll actually like. Igloo is an easy-to-use collaboration tool that can help you do your best work and collaborate better with your team. Share files, check the latest version of a presentation, coordinate team calendars, provide quick comments and status updates from your phone, and manage projects with to-dos and tasks. Sign up now. Get a free trial at igloosoftware.com/Simmons. And now that you're done listening to today's episode of the Bill Simmons Podcast, check out howl.fm. You get full archives of great podcasts like WTF and Comedy Bang Bang, stand-up comedy specials, and exclusive audio content, including Hardcore Game of Thrones, Super Ego Classics, and Joel Stein's What's Wrong With Me. Howl costs $4.99 per month, but my listeners get a full month free. No commitment required. Go to howl.fm, enter promo code BS at checkout. The Cuz, I'm going on Francesa on Wednesday.
I was just going to say one more thing.
Yeah.
You're allowed to talk about, right? Yeah, you're going on tomorrow. I'm so jealous. I am so jealous.
It is going to be huge.
Because you're going to hear the impression?
So I just have to. Oh, yeah. I'm going to. I'll do Dog. I should be Dog, right?
Yeah,
because he's not with Dog anymore.
Sure.
I'm really going to badger him about him and Dog getting back together.
Yeah. You should. I think they. What do you think? Well,
they both proved that they can make it on their own. So now it's like, all right, you proved it. Now give us the best radio show of all time again.
They might hate each other too much, though.
Come on.
Just try to dig that out of them.
I'll work. I'm very excited. I've been waiting for, I wasn't allowed to go. ESPN has this weird policy where you're not allowed to go on any non-ESPN shows.
Right.
It's their way of like choking the competition.
I know.
But
and yet I'm allowed to do this podcast with you. You badmouth them 70% of the time.
No, I've been very nice. ESPN's been, was a good place to work.
I do feel bad for you. You do 3 hours worth of podcasts, and then Yahoo will take one single line from one of the and then that'll be the big thing.
I've done 9 podcasts, probably talked about ESPN for 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. But wait, what were we talking about?
Oh
yeah,
Francesa.
So they would not, I could never go on the Boston stations. Mm-hmm. I could never go on Francesa. I couldn't go on Dan Patrick, and so I'm excited to do a couple of those.
You should bring an air horn if he falls asleep, because he tends to sleep a lot. Right?
No, he'll be he's gonna have like a 16-ounce Diet Coke to get ready for me. I'm excited. It's gonna be a huge day. Me on Francesa, 4:00 Wednesday, and we have 2 more